If your income has gone up, but your stress hasn't gone down, then this episode is for you. Because the problem might not be how much money you make, it might just be what you're doing with it. Welcome to Money with Saprina. If you're the one everyone assumes is good with money because you've got the career and the paycheck, but you're exhausted by living in the same debt cycle every single month, then you're in the right place. I'm Saprina, your host and money coach, and today we're talking about the 7 mistakes high earners make that are keeping them broke. There's a strange thing that happens when people start earning more money. They expect life to get easier. The debt will disappear. The stress will disappear. They finally feel financially secure. But for a lot of high earners, that moment, it just never comes. Instead, something else happens. The income increases, but so do the expenses. The lifestyle gets bigger. The commitments get bigger, and suddenly you're making more money than you've ever made before, and yet you still feel like you're one unexpected expense away from a financial spiral. Okay, mistake number 1 is you're confusing income with wealth. Believing that a high income means that you're wealthy. It doesn't. Income is what you earn. Wealth is someone earning $250,000 a year with no savings, no investment, and a mountain of debt may actually have less financial security than someone earning $80,000 a year who consistently builds assets. A high income gives you opportunity, but your decisions, they determine whether that opportunity turns into wealth or not. The question isn't how much do I make? The better question is how much of what I make am I actually using to improve my future? Mistake number 2, lifestyle inflation. This is probably one of the biggest traps for high earners. You get the raise, you get the bonus, your career takes off, and instead of increasing your financial breathing room, you increase your financial obligations. A nicer car, a bigger house, the more expensive gym, more subscriptions, more things that you need to maintain. And none of these choices on our own are bad. Listen, we work hard. I want you to enjoy your money. The problem is when your lifestyle grows faster than your wealth, because now your future income is already spoken for. And listen, I want you to enjoy your money. This is why we work hard. But I also want you to make sure that your lifestyle is funded by your wealth, not tapping into your future income. Okay, mistake number 3 is treating debt like it's normal. A lot of high earners normalize debt because they can afford the monthly payments. But affordability is not the same thing as financial health. A monthly payment can feel manageable while quietly stilling your future options. The question shouldn't be, can I afford this payment? The question should be, is this debt necessary? And what is this debt costing me? Because debt in itself isn't bad. A strategic investment can make sense. But an unconscious debt is where people get stuck. The unintentional debt. The decisions that you made on autopilot without even thinking about it. Okay, mistake number 4 is not having a money system. A lot of people think managing money is about discipline. But discipline, my friend, is a terrible budgeting tool. Before I had a money system, I would put my savings and investment in at the end of the month. So I would say, whatever's left at the end of this month will go into savings. Whatever's left at the end of this month will go into investing. The problem with that strategy is life happens, and at the end of the month, there is rarely anything left to save. Number 5 is ignoring your net worth. If the only number that you're tracking is your income, that's a big mistake. Your net worth is telling a story. What do I actually own after everything that I owe? Because someone can have a huge income with a shrinking net worth. How do you calculate your net worth? Net worth is a calculation of everything that you own, so all of your assets. So we're talking home value, 401ks, any investments, cash on hand, brokerage accounts. So everything that you own that has value, your assets, minus everything that you owe, your debts. So your credit cards, your student loans, your mortgage payment, everything that you owe money to. That calculation is your net worth. This is a great snapshot of your overall financial health. Mistake number 6 is waiting to invest until you feel ready. You will never feel ready, my friend. If you're waiting to feel ready, it's never going to happen. When is the last time you felt ready to do anything? When you're waiting to feel ready, the goalpost will constantly move. That's because your brain is wired to seek safety. No matter if something is good for you or not, if it is something that is unfamiliar to your brain will see it as unsafe, even if it's good for you. Building wealth requires starting before you feel completely comfortable because confidence doesn't come from feeling ready. Feeling ready comes from doing the thing over and over again, even when it doesn't feel good, even when you don't feel ready. Because when we're talking about building wealth, time is the greatest asset on your side. The earlier you start, the more opportunity you are given to make your money grow. Number 7, increasing your income without increasing your financial skills. This is the biggest mistake that connects all the others. People spend years learning how to make money, but almost no time learning how to manage it. They invest in their careers, their education, their skills, but they don't invest in understanding how cash flow works, investing, debt strategy, or building wealth. Making more money without learning how to manage it is like filling a bucket with holes in it. You can keep adding more water, but eventually you're going to wonder why your bucket's still empty. If you recognize yourself and any of these mistakes, the good news is that your income is actually an advantage. You don't need to start from scratch. You already have the ability to change. The next step is building a system that turns your income into wealth because your goal isn't just to make more money. The goal is to create more freedom, more options, and more control over your life. So if you're a high earner who feels like your money isn't working as hard as you are, this is exactly what I help people solve. I help you create a clear strategy around your debt, your income, and your wealth goals. If you're ready to stop wondering where your money goes and start building a plan for where it should go, book a consultation call. The link is in the show notes. Your income got you here. Now it's time to make your money work for you. I hope that was helpful. Share this episode with somebody who needs it, and I'll see you in the next episode.